Hi everyone, today I'm here with my birthday book haul for August 2013. I'm really excited to do it because I got some amazing books and I'm so looking forward to showing you them all. I don't think I've got like loads and loads of books for a long time at once, so it's very exciting. I'm kind of scared the haul's going to be a really long video, but I'll try and cut it down with editing, so thank you for that, because otherwise we'd be like half an hour rambling on. Some people might like that, other people might not really like the thoughts. So basically, before I went on holiday to Gran Canaria, which I'm now back from, I ordered these books because my parents gave me an Amazon £50 gift card, and I thought, you know, I'll spend it all on books, so that is what I did, and here they are today. The first book I got was Battle Royale by Koshun Takami, and this is a dystopian thriller slash horror. It was originally written in Japanese before being translated into English, and I believe this is the second revised edition, which also includes an interview with the film director. This is really exciting because hopefully I will love the book and want to see the film as well. You've basically got some junior high school students who are forced to fight each other to the death in a program which was created by the Japanese government. As a result of this, a lot of people compare it to the Hunger Games, and I just really want to get my opinion on this comparison, because I think that although the general concept is quite similar, I think what actually happens in both will be very, very different. But maybe because I like the Hunger Games, I would also like this, so that is a very positive thing. And I have to admit, there's a lot of Japanese character names in this book, so I'll have to mentally prepare myself, because my brain will need to cope with names that I've never heard of before in my life. I even get confused with English names, so Japanese names, anything could happen. The second book is Unwind by Neal Shusterman, and this is a young adult dystopian slash adventure book. I've heard loads about it, some people have begged me to read it, so here it is. It's set in the near future where you've got adults with children that are between the ages of 13 and 18 who can actually opt to get their child unwound. This means that all the child's organs are transplanted into a different donor. Because of doing this, the child is able to live on instead of dying, so it's like a way to prolong their life. I'm going to say that the basic concept sounds a little bit complicated. I'm not sure how it will be brought across, but I am looking forward to it because I know it will be an epic read. Book 3 is Angelfall by Susan E, and this is a young adult paranormal fantasy, and apparently also has some elements of horror in there. I have heard that the ending is quite scary and shocking. You've got angels of the apocalypse which have destroyed the world as we know it today, and as a result of this, everything has changed. And then in the book, some angels fly away with a girl, and the girl has a 17-year-old sister which basically tries to do all she can to get her sister back, because obviously she wants to like pull her back. She doesn't want the angels to take her. Again, it's a very hyped up book like the others in this book haul, and that kind of gets me really, really excited, but also a bit nervous, because what if I don't like a hyped book? I don't like to disappoint people by saying I didn't like a hyped book, although sometimes it can be the case. Obviously though, honesty will come in my review, so whatever I think will be what is said. Book 4 is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, because I've been meaning to get this for a long, long time. Literally every booktuber has read this, and I really need to get an opinion out there too, and I can also discuss the book once I've read it. It's a sci-fi dystopia with apparently a lot of epic stuff in there. It's very nerdy and lots of 80s pop culture references. I don't know loads about 80s pop culture, but I'm sure that after reading this book it will teach me a lot about it in that aspect. It's set in 2044 where there are two worlds, and one of them is the real world as we know it today, and the other is a utopian world which is virtual. This is called The Oasis, and it was started by James Halliday, and basically it's like living on the internet for real, which sounds really cool. I am so excited to see, you know, what this is about and how, you know, it's all brought across. It just sounds epic. But unfortunately James Halliday actually dies, and as a result of this, people are able to take part in puzzles. If they solve the puzzles correctly, they would then inherit fortune and power for themselves. Book 5 is Noughts and Crosses Double Cross by Malorie Blackman. This is the fourth and final book in the series, which is kind of good because I really want to know how it ends, but also really sad because I don't want it to end because I've loved it so much. I just want it to keep going and going. The books have been fantastic. It deals with the theme of racism, which is quite new because a lot of YA books don't really touch upon this subject. It makes it very unique. There is also a lot of forbidden love in it as well, which is always unpredictable. The series is perfect and as a result won many awards. It's won the Children's Book of the Year award in many places across the UK. It also made it into the BBC's Big Read survey and also was one of the selected titles for this year's World Book Night. So very, very hyped up, but completely deserving of the hype. The 6th book is The Angel's Game by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is the 2nd book in the Cemetery of Forgotten Books series. This was originally written in Spanish before being translated into English by Lucia Graves, or Lucia Graves, if we want to be Spanish. I don't know what she is, so I'm really sorry. The first book was fantastic. It made me just want to buy this and read it straight away. Basically, the books are set in Barcelona in Spain in the 1920s and 30s, just after the Spanish Civil War has taken place. Daniel Sempier is mourning the death of his mother, and he then finds a book called The Shadow of the Wind. But very shockingly, he discovers that someone is actually out there in the world destroying all books by this author, which is really scary. He has to try and do anything he can, and it's very mad and crazy, full of drama and exactly what you'd be looking for. I've heard this one isn't as good as the first book, but I'm sure it'll still be really good. I'm really excited to read about the historical and cultural aspects, just like I really adored in the first book. I also got The Prince of Mist by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and this is another book in a different series by him. But like with the Cemetery of Forgotten Books series, it's also a mystery/horror book. It was first published in English in 2010. Despite being the first book that he actually wrote as an author, it must have taken a lot longer for the translation to happen. The book begins with the Carver family who move from the capital where they live to a small coastal village. However, this house is not normal. No, there is a spirit of Jacob lurking around, which is basically the previous house owner's son. He in fact died by drowning, so obviously there's a lot of mystery behind the house and they just need to discover everything. Everything will unfold from then on. I know there's a lot of gothic aspects that the book uses. I'm really excited to see how it compares to his other books. I'm sure though, as always, the writing style will be beautiful and the plot will be so mesmerising. The 8th book is Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese, or Verghese. I have no idea how to say this name. As usual, I'm rubbish at pronouncing names. I'm sorry, I hold my hands up and say I can't pronounce names. I know this is one of those more cultural and historical books that really persuaded me to buy it. Someone recommended it to me about a month or two back, and after reading the blurb and concept, I just really wanted to get it and read it. It's set in 1954 in Ethiopia. You've got two twin brothers which were bound by birth, and then they're actually being driven apart by bitter betrayal. Unfortunately, no surgeon in the world can actually heal this, and that is where it takes off. I think it'll be really exciting. It's going to be a different read, just really fresh and new for me. I can't wait to get to it. Book 9 is The Medicine by Jon Martindale. This is a book that I was kindly sent for review by the author himself, so thank you so much. I am really looking forward to it. Of course though, when I review it, my opinions will still be honest despite being given it for free. I really hope to create some hype about this book and hopefully get other people buying it, because I think the concept sounds really good. It sounds very intriguing. It centres around Lindsay Sterling, who is an ex-nurse and conservationist, and she is going to South America to discover a newly discovered rainforest. She has to survey this and find out what it's about. The job is to keep everyone in her group alive. However, they come across a tribe and they could be very dangerous and prevent things from happening. It sounds really fresh. I'm sure there'll be a lot of elements of unpredictability in the book. The next two are both for school in preparation for next year in English literature. I firstly got a book about the Great Gatsby. This is like a study guide. It just goes through everything that I need to know, and I think it'll be really useful and helpful. I also got the Kite Runner one, which, as you all know, I'm really excited to study the Kite Runner because I thought the book was absolutely amazing. Perfect, really, you know, can't wait to find out more about it. On the topic of the Kite Runner, I actually got the Kite Runner DVD, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. How everything's adapted will be very exciting. I know actually right after finishing the book it was on TV that night, and I didn't realise until like halfway through, so I didn't actually watch it because I didn't want to, you know, watch just half of it. I want to watch it all. And that really persuaded me, you know, I have to buy this immediately because I just felt like I really needed to watch it. Another book to movie adaptation which I got in the form of a DVD with a book I've already read is Life of Pi. I'm really excited because I love the book. I hope to adore the film as well because it does sound really good. I've heard it's won so many awards. It just, you know, it sounds amazing. Apparently the graphics are stunning. The final one I got is Pan's Labyrinth, and this is one in Spanish. I'm obviously very hyped up to watch this because it's in Spanish. I love languages, especially Spanish. I don't actually know loads about what it's about, but it's like horror and it sounds really intriguing. I just can't wait. So everyone, that is it for my birthday book haul. I hope you've enjoyed watching the haul. If you've read any of these books, please tell me what you thought of them in the comments below, and if you want to read any in the future, please go ahead and talk about them too. I will definitely reply as soon as I can. I've had a great birthday so far. I can't wait to edit the book haul and get it out there. I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you all again later.